Hello and welcome to What's Up Wednesdays. Hey guys, welcome back to What's Up Wednesdays, a weekly video series to talk entrepreneurial advice for startups, travel tips and hacks to travel better, and overall motivational advice to get you through your week and get things done. So this week I'm talking about post-quarantine, what the heck do we do now? And I don't really think that we have solid answers, or we won't be able to have those answers straight away, simply because we don't really fully know what we're doing. And there's so much uncertainty in the world, a lot of unanswered questions, no firm, action plans of what we can actually do and what's safe and what's not. So we're kind of having to figure it out for ourselves in our own lives and kind of take it from there. So as far as proceeding with getting back into society and getting back into this sense of normalcy, you really have to think about what's the best for you and then kind of make an action plan from there. So this week I really want to dive in deep with what I'm doing with my personal life, the outlets that I'm exploring, how I'm managing to make an income, and the things that I'm really taking control of so I can set myself up for success the rest of this year. So when there are times of uncertainty, it can feel like things are out of control, that you don't have control over your income with your jobs. There's no control over our time. What are we supposed to do with all this time that we suddenly have on our hands? It's just kind of thrown everything off, and it's becoming just kind of muddled together. Week by week, the days feel like the same, and it's caused a lot of confusion, a lot of emotional turmoil. It's just been kind of a crazy situation overall. So I'm sure everyone's had bouts of that throughout these last few weeks, and I know I certainly have. But one thing that I've really taken away from this whole process is reminding myself that I have control over my life, and I have control over certain things in my life that overall bring that balance that I need so badly. So one thing that I've really been paying attention to now more than ever is how I'm using my time. My time is my most essential tool, and having control over our time makes everything dramatically easier. In our normal working lives, if you do work for someone or you work for yourself, either way, the way that your work has probably changed a lot through this. So we don't really have a say whether we're using our time to go to our jobs or not, because that's something that we don't really have control of. But the time that we would have been spending at those jobs, we do have control of. And especially if you work for yourself, this has been an amazing time right now for me to be able to be super focused on my goals with my company and just making things happen. And so the time that I would have been spending, doing all of my other side jobs before all this happened, I can now pour more of that into my company. So I've been very critical of how I'm spending my hours, and then moving forward, making sure that I continue to be mindful of how my time is being spent. Another thing that we have a lot of control over that can really help us propel ourselves into a better direction these coming few months is that we have control over our mindset. We have control over the way that we react to certain situations. So even filming, this video, there are so many outside factors that I don't have control over. I don't have control over the person mowing the grass. I don't have control over the traffic that's down the road or the people that drive by. And I don't have control over who's coming to the parks and who isn't. But what I do have control over is how I react to those situations, to stay patient and make sure that I'm, not letting this get me down and, just giving up and not doing anything. I have control over picking a better spot to be able to film. I have control over how I'm using my days each week to make sure I set aside time to film these videos. So there's things that I can control, and I have to be very focused on how I'm doing that. So moving forward, I think there's a lot of things that we can do to kind of gain more skills, to learn how to be more efficient with our time, to learn to be more efficient with goal setting. Some things that I've picked up while I've been through this whole process, just like with everyone, is just trying to figure out what skills I already have and how can I improve that even more. So a few things that I've been really tapping into, I've been paying more attention to how my funds are being spent, pouring what little I can do right now, and then continuing to foster the growth of my stocks. So that's something that I've been watching and paying attention to. And I made a list of the skills that I already know how to do, and I've been outsourcing those skills to different sites. There's a lot of freelance websites like Fiverr.com and heaps of other ones too that you can actually network and use the skills that you have to be able to make money with that. So that's an amazing resource to tap into, and the skills that I already was working on, I've been able to amplify even more during this whole process. I really was critical about what I am really good at and what I need to improve on. So moving forward, I have those skills and I can outsource that and start to generate more income for myself. I know that's a huge thing that a lot of people are struggling with right now, is financial means and not having a job source to rely on. That's a huge loss of control, and that can affect every area of our lives. So it is so important that we create multiple revenue streams for ourselves. So utilizing the skills that I have, I've been able to research and find platforms where I can actually outsource that work and make money with it. All of us can utilize this, the things that we've learned from other jobs and provide that knowledge to someone else. It's a super useful way to be able to help someone and to be able to lend your skills in a way that is going to provide you some income. And building on those skills that we already know how to do, that's something that you can start doing now, so then you can keep building on that, and over time that can be a very lucrative source of income for you. So that's something that we can be mindful of, is how can we use our time to learn some skills that we can build on over time and make that a reliable source to rely on. So these are kind of some of the things that I've been reflecting on a lot lately. Am I in control of my time? If I'm not, then how can I improve on that? Am I being mindful of where my skills are being outsourced? It has to provide some value to my life, but I am able to give that knowledge to someone, and if that provides some income back for me, that's amazing. But overall, that's going to give someone a tool that they don't have yet. So lending that knowledge to someone is super helpful, and it really builds a lot of community support. And when there's times when we don't feel like we're in control of things, we can easily just reflect and make sure our mindset is balanced and understand how we're reacting to a situation. So when there's a lot of outside factors that are out of our control, a lot of uncertainty, there are things that we can do to kind of maintain that control and move forward in a better way. So I really want to encourage you all to consider the things that you're doing in your everyday life and how we can move forward in a better direction. This is a perfect time to take a leap and to do something that you've never done before. And if you want your life to go in a different direction, now's a great time to kind of gain control of the things that you can do in your personal life and move forward in a great direction. I hope you guys are continuing to stay safe and healthy. I'm with you through this process. We're all going through this kind of jumbled mess together, but I do think that we have a real chance to, make big changes and make this be a positive thing. So I will be talking about more next week on travel trends, because I know everyone's super eager to get out and about. We're, tired of being stuck inside, so now's a great time to focus on places that are, in our local neighborhoods, out in parks. So next week we'll be talking about travel trends, safe places to go, where can you go, what's open, all of that. We're going to cover that next week, so stick around with us for next week's What's Up Wednesday. And if you have any other feedback for us or questions, or just need a listening ear to get through whatever you're going through, definitely reach out. We're here for you, and ultimately helping each other is going to be the way that we can get through this together. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.